Hello and welcome back to the Wrestling Group. I'm your host, as always, Ryan, and today we are going to be talking about fantasy booking a tournament, and you are going to help me fantasy book it. You are going to vote on matches for me. So this will only be my second ever fantasy booking video, and it's going to be my first ever fantasy booking a tournament, and it's going to be the first one which you can get involved. You can vote on the matches either via our YouTube channel or via our Facebook group page. So either one you can vote on, and you'll be able to play a part yourselves in this tournament. So it's going to be the AEW Mixed Match Challenge. Now, if you're a fan of WWE at all, you'll know that a couple of years ago they ran the WWE Mixed Match Challenge. That's going to be hard. Where they had male and female wrestlers teaming together, obviously to compete in the tournament. You had the likes of AJ Styles and Charlotte Flair. That's the only team I can think of off the top of my head. Oh God, was it like Miz and Oscar or something like that? Anyway, so we are looking at doing our own version for AEW. So me and my wife, we've actually spoken about this for about a year. Probably ever since Adam Cole and Britt Baker faced Chris Jericho and Saraya on AEW Dynamite in May last year. And we started just to talk about male and female wrestlers within the within AEW. I'm gonna get into trouble now. Within AEW that would work well together, similar to what they did in WWE. So like my wife's very camera shy, so she doesn't want to be on video to be able to do this with me, unfortunately. But I'm hoping that especially if we get quite a good interactions, some good views, she may well be tempted to come on and do some of this with me. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. So get in the comments and pester about coming on. So hopefully I will be able to get her on at some point, because this is our thing. We've been doing this like just general chat and talking and stuff, and to be honest with you, even if she doesn't end up coming on camera, I'm still going to involve her every step of the way of what we're doing here. So last night on Twitch, on his Twitch stream, Kenny Omega started talking about the possibility of tag teaming up with Riho again, like they did in Japan, over in AEW, with the possibility of facing the likes of Adam Cole and Britt Baker, Kazuchika Okada and Mercedes Moné. So obviously this then brought up this conversation again of what would a mixed match challenge look like in AEW. So I thought, why not actually do it as a YouTube video, rather than just us having this conversation once every couple of months where we start talking and we change different people that we'd have in the tournament. Why not make it a thing, make it a reality? Let's get it down, let's get it on a video. Let's do brackets, let's do matches, let's do teams, let's get people involved. You can vote, you can tell us what your thoughts and feelings are. Like some of the teams that obviously we picked a year ago, some of the wrestlers may not be there anymore, or they're being pulled in a different direction. So, but we've got 16 teams here that we're going to go with. So what we're going to do is fantasy book an AEW Mixed Match Challenge tournament via, like I say, the YouTube channel, which is this, and the Facebook group. We'll be able to put the matches up, and you'll be able to vote who you decide, who you'd like to win, and that'll then obviously decide who advances from each round, eventually going to the final. We have chosen 16 teams. Now, these are the 16 teams. This is the part that's not negotiable. I'm not going to put it up and ask everyone to start picking teams, because I'm going to end up with about 152 tag teams, different variations, and it's going to be a nightmare. So we've chosen the 16 teams between us, me and my wife, me and Cara. We've picked it between us. So that is the non-negotiable part. And then, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the announcements of the teams for this one and our next video. So you'll have to keep an eye out. Our next video is going to be the brackets video. So you're going to see the brackets. I'm hoping to be able to use some software and be able to do a picture up on the screen. That's what I'm looking at. In the next day or two, so we'll have a bracket set up on the screen, so you'll be able to see all the matches of the first round, which will be chosen at random. So, like I say, we have chosen the 16 teams to compete in the tournament. Some that have a history, maybe some of them are in a relationship together right now. Others we just think would be quite cool to see them tag team together. Like I say, we had to get to 16 to be able to do basically two sides of the bracket, 8 and 8, you know what I mean? So 4 matches and 4 matches, but that's what we're going with. So, let me do the announcement. I don't know why I clapped my hands then. Let me do the announcement then. These are going to be our 16 teams. You're getting them straight away. And I'm not going to do 16 different videos to introduce each team. I'm just going to introduce them all to you now. So, it only is fitting considering Kenny Omega obviously sparked this conversation back up again in our household, that Kenny Omega and Riho are the first team going into the tournament. Now, like I say, they've tag teamed together before in Japan. They had a little bit of a storyline at one point in AEW as well. But it'd be quite cool to see them tag team properly together on US TV. Can't even speak. As part of the tournament, it'd be cool to see them tag team together again. So that is team number 1, and that is Kenny Omega and Riho. So team number 2 makes sense. Like say, Kenny reeled off 2 teams there. So we've got Adam Cole and Britt Baker. Obviously, we know they're a real life couple. Some of the storylines they've been in since coming to AEW have intertwined. Like I say, the main reason we started talking about this was through Adam Cole and Britt Baker versus Chris Jericho and Saraya last year on Dynamite in May. We had Chris Jericho as part of the JS, and Saraya was part of, I was going to kill me now, the Outsiders, was it? Is that the name of the faction? The female faction? I can't even think now. I actually really enjoyed the faction as well. I can't even remember the name of it. The Outcasts, that's it. The Outsiders. The Outcasts. So obviously their storylines intertwined, and we end up with Adam Cole and Britt Baker versus Chris Jericho and Saraya. So our second team is Adam Cole and Britt Baker. So it brings us straight to our team number 3, which I'm going for Chris Jericho and Saraya. Now I know a lot of people will be thinking that Saraya would be teaming with her brothers at night, considering he started appearing in AEW lately. But to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of his. Saraya is one of my all-time favourite female wrestlers. Chris Jericho is one of my all-time favourite male wrestlers, which is exactly why we enjoyed this whole situation that we got only for like a week or 2 on Dynamite, when it was Adam Cole and Britt Baker versus Chris Jericho and Saraya. So we're going to go back to that, and we're sticking with that team. I think they worked well together. I think it was a cool team, especially, like I say, I'm a big fan of both of them, so we're going to stick them in as well. So it is going to be Chris Jericho and Saraya are our third team. So our fourth team is Kazuchika Okada and Mercedes Moné. Obviously, you got Kenny Omega to thank for that. Obviously, this time last year, neither one of these were in AEW, so they wouldn't have been in our conversation originally. Both were in New Japan. But we got that lovely shot of Okada and his IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, and Mercedes Moné and her IWGP Women's Heavyweight Championship, and they were stood side by side with both belts, and it did look like it's a quite a good idea to put them as a team, I mean, what would you call them? The money makers, maybe? I don't know. Like, something to do with money, it's got to be, hasn't it? The Rainmaker and Mercedes Moné. So I think putting them in this tournament, and obviously, like I say, both of them are big, stellar names that have just recently signed to AEW, so it makes sense. Get them on the TV as much as possible. Tag team number 5 is Sammy Guevara and Ty Mello. Obviously, we know they're a real life couple. They're married. They have a child together. Obviously, Ty Mello isn't back in the ring as of yet, and Sammy Guevara is suspended at the moment. But there's no timeline for this. This could be in a year's time. Who knows? But yeah, I got to put Sammy and Ty Mello in together. They held the tag team championships together, didn't he? The mixed tag championships together. So why not put them in the tournament? It just makes sense. I'm a big fan of Sammy's, and I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a massive fan of Ty Mellows in the ring because I haven't seen that much. You know, she's been quite stop starting AEW, hasn't she? So I haven't seen overly so much of her in ring work, and I don't remember it too much in NXT. But I just like them as a couple. I think they're really cool. I think they're down to earth. I think Sammy gets a hell of a lot of hate that he doesn't deserve. And like I watch the vlogs a lot of the time on YouTube, and I just think they're a really cool couple, and I like them. So they're going in as a tag team in at number 5. So our 6th tag team. Now this is my wife's non-negotiable. She was sticking with this, and she wanted to keep it. And I even offered other ideas, and she was like, "No, this is what I'm going with." So she's gone with Darby Allin. No surprise, as he's one of her favourite wrestlers, and Thunder Rosa. So you know they both wear half and half face paint. So put it together, it's a full face. But you know, I agree. I think they will be really cool as a tag team together. You know, they'd be quite the wild ones as a team, wouldn't they? You know what I mean? There's some stuff that they do together that probably no other team's going to do in the tournament. So I think it would be actually quite cool to see them tag team up together and go into this tournament. I think it's a good idea, but like I say, it was non-negotiable anyway. She was having them in, whether I liked it or not. So I had to agree. So that's our number 16. Number 7, we have Cool Hand Ange and Ruby Soho. Again, this is based on storyline that we have at the moment where, you know, aren't they going to be a couple? You know, they started going on a date and stuff. You know, that's the storyline. Obviously, it's going on with Sheree and her brother right now. And do you know what? I like them together. I think they're quite cool. I always think that with Cool Hand, he's sort of always played like a background role. You know, even when it was Danny Garcia, Daddy Magic, and Cool Hand, I think he was the one at the back. So him being able to be brought to the forefront, I think, is a great idea, and what they're doing right now. You know, Daddy Magic can continue being Garcia's right hand man, which is fine. That works as well. And Cool Hand's getting a chance to do something a bit different, and I really like him teaming with Ruby. So I'm quite happy to put them in the tournament together. So number 8, we have Brody King and Julia Hart, 2 members of the House of Black. Now the main reason that I've stuck these 2 together is for the simple fact that while Brody had his hand in a cast, and you know Julia was going on her run before and after she become TBS champion. You know, Brody has been a manager at ringside a good few times. So I think it just worked really well as a team. Obviously puts the House of Black in the tournament, which is a great idea. And like I say, because we've seen them on screen together quite a few times, it just makes sense to have them together as a team. I mean, she could have literally paired up with any of the 3 guys, you know, Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, but I think because we've seen these 2 on screen together the most, it makes sense to put Brody and Julia together in this tournament. So that's what we're doing. So, team number 9, we have AEW's answer. I don't even know it was a question, but it's AEW's answer to The Miz and Maurice. And it is Johnny TV and Taya Valkyrie. As we all know, did a couple in real life. And as we all know, they are doing these videos at the moment and these little things backstage. And they are so annoying. But, you know, John Morrison, Johnny Nitro, Johnny TV, Johnny Impact, Johnny Elite, whatever you want to call him. He's a great athlete, and I think, you know, having them in, it's just gonna give you that one team that I think everyone would want to lose, but wouldn't be surprised if they got through around, if you get what I mean. That's why I say they're like WE's Miz and Maurice, but just not as good, or nowhere near as good, to be fair. So they are in at number 9. So our number 10, our 10th tag team that we're putting in is Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander from Best Friends. You know, we've seen these two be absolute workhorses in AEW. So giving them a chance to actually tag team properly together, just as a duo, and going into the team is just brilliant. You know, both of them, like I say, are absolute workhorses in the company. You know, Orange Cassidy is proved people wrong time and time again. And I feel like Chris has in some ways too. So I feel like them two are going to be an definitely outside chance of going far in the tournament. I mean, we've seen what it's taken people to be able to put Orange Cassidy away in AEW. You know, how many times did he defend that championship over 2 reigns? You know, it's not an easy task to put Orange Cassidy to bed, is it? So there we have. So we're going on to our 11th team. And this is one of mine that I decided that I wanted to see these two together because I just think it would be brutal. I think it'd be cool. And I'm going for number 11 is Swerve Strickland and Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena. You know, these got a little bit of history. They faced off against each other. Obviously before they both come over to AEW. And, you know, Swerve Strickland's got that real mean streak in him. He's improved massively in the last year and a half. You know, he has absolute stellar matches. He's really, really good in the ring. Great on the microphone. And Athena is literally the only thing that's worth watching in Ring of Honor right now. She's the only champion. I'd say she's the only one holding a Ring of Honor championship since Tony Khan bought the company that has actually elevated the title higher than what it was previously. Like, she is the greatest Ring of Honor Women's Champion in history. And she's the most must-watch women's wrestler in the whole entire company. She's having absolute banging matches week in, week out. She's main event Ring of Honor pay-per-views, and rightly so. You know, I just think these two together as a team would just be sick. I think they'd be brutal. I think they definitely both have that mean streak, and do everything they can to go through to the next round. So Swerve Strickland and Athena is my non-negotiable team, and I've put them in. And we'll go on to tag team number 12. Jon Moxley and Marina Shafir, or however you say it. Sorry. You know, we know these two train a lot together. They've worked Bloodsport together. He's helped Jon Moxley's helped to train, getting ready for like AEW Dark when that was a thing. And you know, there's always been talk of if they can get it with some more TV time. You know, could we well see her eventually join the BCC? And I don't see why not. She's got that brutal style. She's got the MMA background, so I feel like this will be the chance for her to shine. You know, all eyes on Jon Moxley as always whenever he's in an AEW ring, and if she's by his side, it's going to get all eyes on her as well. And I think it'd be really interesting to see them tag team together. Like say they train together anyway, so it'd be good to get them on screen and just see what they could do as a team. So we go on to our number 13 team, Mike Bennett and Maria. Now, I know Maria hasn't really wrestled in AEW, and don't think she's actually had a match at all. Whether or not she wrestles anymore, I'm not too sure. But, you know, who can deny you'd want to see these two, if it was possible, Mike Bennett and Maria to tag team together in the tournaments. I definitely would like to see that. And so I'll put them in, like say, whether or not she'd actually be able to, whether she can still go, whether she wants to still wrestle. I'm not too sure on what that situation is, to be honest. I didn't look into it. But Mike Bennett and Maria will be going in this tournament anyway, even if it's not a reality. Number 14, we have Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. Where did these two? They come on our screen for a little bit, then they disappear. I think Kip, he's one of them underutilised wrestlers in AEW for me, I'm afraid. I feel like he should definitely be on TV a lot more than what he is. They even joined together with the Butcher and the Blade to try and make a mini faction to see whether they get more TV time that way. Still not getting the TV time as much as what they should be, and I don't understand why. But I feel like these two, obviously, we know they're a couple. They've got that great chemistry together. I just think, why not put them in the tournament again? Yeah, it might just be because they're in a relationship, but make them on screen together every single time you see one of them, you see the other. So why not put them together, put them in the tournament? Let's see what they can do. Give them that screen time. Number 15, this will be a fan favourite, Jack Perry, the scapegoat, and Anna Jay. Again, another one based on a real life couple. They are together, so let's see what they could do as a team. Anna Jay's another one of them that hasn't really had much direction since coming to AEW, let's be honest. She flip-flopped around a few things, never had something stable, but put her alongside Jack Perry. And I know, yes, the dirt sheets and all that, they're all telling us, oh, Jack Perry asked for his release, but if you believe that, then you're a complete idiot. There's no way he's asked for his release. There's no way Tony Khan blames him for CM Punk leaving. There's no way that Tony Khan doesn't want him wrestling in Japan. He's just gone and done it. It's all storyline based. And if you're a mark like Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez and the likes of them, Eric Bischoff, and you're a big mark and you believe things that people say, then more for you. But Jack Perry is here to stay, and he is going in our tournament as well. So we come to the last team. Now, I had to decide on this one. I was like, do I put in a team that I decided I'd made up myself and thought it'd be a really good team, or do I go with another real life couple? And I thought, you know what, we'll go with the real life couple because they are two really popular wrestlers. So we've gone for Rock Hard, Juice Robinson and Timeless Tony Storm. Obviously, we've seen them together over the years, doing different things in wrestling. Even was it last year, the year before, where Tony, when she was, I think she was even AEW Women's Champion at the time, when she turned up in New Japan to help Juice Robinson win his match. I think, was it against Fred Rosser? I think it was. So why not, again, stick them as a team? And yes, most of these are because they are together in a relationship and that, but we're not. It's not like the old days where they used to hide relationships and stuff, where you didn't know these people going out until someone leaked it. These are on our screen. Most of them are on our screen together. So why not actually use that and put them into the tournaments? They are our 16 teams. So let me know in the comment section, which of these teams do you expect to see go far? Who do you think will go to the final and win? Who do you think will be the runner-up? Who do you think is going to go out straight away in round one? Let me know all your thoughts and feelings of the teams that have gone into the tournament. And don't forget, you need to stay tuned because this is going to be an ongoing thing for a couple of weeks. Keep an eye out on the YouTube channel where the matches will go up in the community, so you'll be able to vote. Keep an eye out on the wrestling group on the Facebook page because we'll be doing polls on that where you can vote. So, like I say, you'll be able to actually take part in this along the way with us as we do our first ever tournament fantasy booking. And if this takes off and gets good interactions with yourselves, it's all about interactions. We want as many interactions as possible with you guys. We want you to feel like you are part of this as much as we are. So get on it, get voting, get commenting, get liking, share it with your friends. Let a friend know, pass the pod, as they say. Get it round, get people onto the wrestling group, and let's make this a really big fantasy booking, and then we can do other ones going forward. If it doesn't get much interaction, we're probably just going to scrap it at the wayside and look at something else. But let's do this. I've got a good feeling about this, and like I say, me and my wife, we've been speaking for this for about a year now to actually bring it to the forefront and bring you into it. It'd be really cool. It's just something that us wrestling nerds want to do together. So like I say, stay tuned for the next one. The next one will be the brackets. Like I say, I'm going to spend some time getting that all set up this week, and hopefully at some point it will drop with the brackets and let you know who will face against each other in the first round of the tournament. So as always, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I know a lot of you are watching and still not subscribed, but give us that little subscribe, and don't forget, like I say, see if you can pass around the wrestling group, get us passed around, tell your friends, tell your family, anyone that you know that watches wrestling, get them on the group on Facebook, get them on the YouTube channel. This year, 2024, it's all about growing the brand. We are going to grow the brand of the wrestling group, and we're going to start getting it out there as much as possible. We don't just want to be a small group anymore. We want to start looking at pushing on and conquering the world. So like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, and stay tuned because we will be doing the brackets in the next one.